Bitcoin for beginners. All right, welcome. Let us know where you're coming at us from. I'm coming at us from Tucson, Arizona. So this is also, I'm not a teacher. I am a student of what's called the I Am Academy, and I'm just sharing with you my journey with digital assets and Bitcoin and altcoins and all that. I'm really passionate about it, and I do hope my goal is to be a teacher. So I am just teaching the teachable. So if you're a beginner, you're probably in the right place. But this is brought to you by the Academy. That's really what I want to share with you, because by becoming a student in the Academy, that's where you're going to really learn and get your education. I mean, it is almost like getting maybe like a 2-year degree. Like if you did all the material and studied everything they have and put the next 2 years of effort into it, you would probably have the accumulation of an associate's degree. It is truly an academy. So that is where you're going to get your value. I'm just sharing with you what I'm learning, right? What you're looking at right now is called the levels, and it is a tool that if you were in the academy, you would get to use this tool. It is called levels. I'm going to do a quick volume check. Make sure I got volume. Oh yeah, volume is good. Okay. And so you would have this tool to your disposal. So anyway, long story short, I'm going to keep this pretty brief, but my goal is to bring lots of content and just teach basic fundamental things that I'm learning and just pass it on to you. And this helps me to become better too, because the more, what I've learned in my lifetime is that if you teach something, you just learn it even that much more, right? So my goal is to learn a lot about this, because I feel like the next several years, I don't know, one of my mentors, he's a billionaire. He says that digital assets will be the next, the 12th biggest investment sector in the world, right? That we're just coming into it right now. So I want to find out everything about that I can. I feel like there's a lot of opportunity to maximize our gains. I'm not going to put my whole life savings into it, but I will personally. Everybody's different. Maybe you want to do that as not financial advice. It's up to you. But personally, I'm strategically investing in certain things to get a strategic outcome. So what we're looking at right here is Bitcoin. Now, as this is for beginners, I wanted to share with you, this is a free website. It's called CoinGecko. It shares a lot of everything what's going on in all the coins, right? It gives a lot of information. It's really fascinating, free website, coingecko.com. Now, over here on the left-hand side of the page, I'll just kind of walk you through it briefly. You'll see coins, 12,584. That's 12,000 plus coins, and there's a lot going on. That's why sometimes you'll hear some stories of, oh, I made 10,000x my investment. It's in there. We just got to find them, and that's why I like being around the teachers and studying and just learning what I can, and to try to find that diamond in the rough, that 1,000x, that 10,000x. But there's a lot of failures. There's a lot of things that's going to go to zero. So, I'm kind of building out my top 30. I'm building out a top 30, kind of like a fund that I'm actively managing, and I'll adjust it as needed. I can pull things out or add things to it. But that's kind of, something I'm playing with. So there's 12,000 plus coins, over 900 plus exchanges with a mark. That means 9 exchanges are where the coins and tokens are being bought and sold, right? With a market cap of 1.705 trillion. That means all the money involved in the whole market is 1.70 trillion. There's talks of this going to between 10 and 20 trillion in the future. Once you have your regular thing, is regular investors, people that just invest in stocks and stuff like that, and with their wealth management companies, they're not fully all on board yet with this stuff. And once all the regulations gets worked out, and there's still quite a bit to work out, but once it gets all worked out, they feel like the money is just going to pour into it, even if it's just a small percent. They feel like it'll, in the next 5 to 10 years, that market cap that you see on here at 1.70 could be up over 10 trillion. Think about that. So that's why I feel like it's a great place to invest. Personally, it's not financial advice. Now, over here, this is kind of fun to look at. They list the cryptocurrencies. See cryptocurrencies here? They list them from 1 to 12,000, right? And they list them in order of market cap, right? So Bitcoin, which is what we look at a lot on the charts. We got Bitcoin here on the chart. That's Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is the number one coin by market cap. It's the biggest. It's more than double. It's almost 3 times bigger than the second place. Look, Ethereum is in second place, almost 300 billion. And Bitcoin is at just over 800 billion. So it's way over double. So Bitcoin is just huge. It's just really like, it's the main one, right? They don't even call, it's not called an altcoin, you just call Bitcoin. Everything else is an altcoin. But what I find fascinating as a beginner, and I'd say I'm more intermediate, but if you're a beginner, Ethereum, which is number 2, the Ethereum, there's a lot of acceptance around Ethereum, and this market cap, it's really fascinating. Some people suggest, and we'll wait and see, but that this market cap, Ethereum's market cap, could overtake Bitcoin's market cap. Now, does that make any sense? Does that adjust? Does that make sense at all? So some people believe that Ethereum's market cap, this is what's potentially possible. This number here, say Bitcoin gets to 1.5 trillion, okay, right? And then say Ethereum is at 2 trillion, something like that, right? Something like that could happen. That'd be crazy, right? But that could happen, right? So that's market cap. And so over time, things are going to change based on their production, how well it goes. Some things may drop off altogether, go to zero. That's why, this is probably more than most people want to be involved with. At this level, I feel like you're kind of actively managing your assets. So you have to, I feel like, it changes so much. I like to keep an eye on it. And for me, it's kind of fun. It's like a game. I feel like it's a game. So anyway, let's back up to here. This is Bitcoin right here on the charts now. Okay. So looking at Bitcoins on the charts. Now I'm gonna put some stuff on the screen. Don't let it blow you away too much, right? I know that's a lot of lines, right? But the purple lines are what's called spider lines, and it's my projections. It's my future price projections based on spider lines, right? So the purple lines you see going up, they're called spider lines, and they're projecting the future prices based on based on the points that it came from. These things all came from, these spider lines were created by this one guy who's, you probably don't know who it is, but based on this level right here, all these purple lines are based off of this. But it really does show, a lot of times, it's amazing how a lot of times these things play out as even as support and resistance, right? But now I'm just kind of zooming in to where we're at, right? Just kind of zooming in. I'm going to go to a daily, maybe in a 4-hour. I want to see a 4-hour on this. Okay. And then we'll just see where we're at. So, the thing is yeah, so I don't know what's going to happen, but you can see we hit right here, right around 42,200. So, but what's good about Swipe Coin is this really teaches this can give us a lot of indication of where things are going to be headed as well. But right now they're kind of everything's on the red right now, meaning it's getting pushed down, right? Okay. All right. So anyway, so right now I have us testing a level of support right now around 42.41, around 42.450 or so. We're right here kind of testing this support on the 1 hour. This is what's called a stochastic RSI, and for some reason I just love having them on. I feel like it helps me get an idea what's going on, and sometimes I can catch a flow when I'm trading with the market, but then sometimes I'm way off. So I'm still, figuring out what's the best system for me. But this is Swipe Coin. Just look at this. Main thing I want you to get from this is this tool is called Swipe Coin, and this tool is called Levels. They're both looking at Bitcoin, but they're both doing it from a different perspective. And it gives you just different points of view. I'm going to leave it on the hour. But a lot of what I see is going on is just a lot of sideways action. But when the week progresses, the market makers will eventually make a move, and that's when we want to be ready. It's easy to get caught up in this side. Look at this sideways chop. Look at just matter of fact, you just see it goes back further. Look at all this action, this sideways action right here. Especially if you squeeze it all together. Look at this. You see a lot of this. I remember seeing this further back. It had done something like this before. You have all these support and resistances, and eventually it's going to break up or break down. I feel like it's either going to break up over that red bar, or it's going to go down and break below and go down, right? So we'll see, right? We'll see what happens, but I have I have what I see right now, is that it's testing a level of support. It looks like to me that it's testing this red bar right here, support, and it's not closing below, it is above. So will it stay above? That'll be what I'm looking for next, right? So, but that's it, right? And then there's others, right? Let's look at briefly, because we can just go on and on and on with this. I mean, there's 12,000 coins, right? But I do want to look at Ethereum. Ethereum is, I'd almost say my favorite, and it's not. It's one that I feel like has a really good chance of multiplying well with the lowest chance of risk for me. And the thing is I feel that way because over and over again, you hear the stories from the teachers, and you just hear, the use case of this and the use case of Ethereum, and people are, and that it's, it's looking good, and it could go the other way. Like something could be wrong with it, and maybe for some reason it won't work out. But if that's the case, then there will be time to go. But I feel like this one is just, I just hear over and over again how great of a project this is, and that the price of it could go between $6,000 and $10,000. But who knows? We'll see. We'll just I like the kind of thing, show me. But with that in mind, I'm taking do what I can to dollar cost average and buy as best I can into it, because I do believe that at some point Ethereum will go between $6,000 and $10,000. But will it be this year? I don't care. It doesn't have to be this year. It can be. I'd rather it be 3 years from now, because the taxes are better when you hold it a little longer, at least in my state. But I love this project. I'm a big believer in this project. If But this is not financial advice, but something to look into. And remember, this is really all about the academy. This software levels is brought to you by IM Academy. So if you were a member of the academy, you could have this tool and you could do all the stuff yourself on your own time, learning. So if you ever want to learn how to do it yourself, this is the IM Academy is the the way that's the way I'm doing it. And I feel like I'm intermediate, but my goal is to be professional. I just, and it's like a game. It's like a game, but it's like it's kind of like poker. It's like a game, but then it's real. It's a lot of reasons, a lot of things, but then the more you're around the educators, you start to hear certain things resonate more. You start to hear like, oh, Bitcoin is good for this. Ethereum is good for this. Cardano is good for this. Atom is good for this. Quant is good. You hear these things over and over and over again. Okay, there's use case for this. There's use case for this. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Okay, I'm going to buy this rumor, right? I'm buying the rumor that Ethereum will be $6,000 to $10,000 at some point, or even greater. I'm buying that rumor, right? But it's not financial advice, right? This is not financial advice. Just telling you, kind of sharing with you my thoughts as I'm thinking it through, right? So that's it. I'm going to leave you with that. But if you'd like to trade together, please reach out to me. The link, if you have enough information to join, the link is inside the description of the video. If you want to ask me some questions, give me a call. I'd love to talk to you about it. The time is now. This is not something that we want to procrastinate on. This is something we want to take action on right now, because in a year or two, well, all these things will be a whole different playing field, and the game will be, I feel like, will be a little different. So, all right. So I appreciate your time and energy. Hope we can connect, and I'll be back. Bye for now.